Hey guys, welcome to today's video. Today we are doing supercars. Let's see, press A for new game, print to color mode. Cool. So you got 3 colors, alright. Enter color code for a higher class. Alright, we'll just go to track 1 and see what we got going on here. Let's see, right off the bat, it's fairly stiff on handling. Very, very stiff. Like, everything is pretty stiff. Basic. Like, there's no actual, like, moving. It's like you're on... How to explain it? Where you're in, you can only move in the A direction... like the actual directions. You don't get to like kind of pick your, what's the word I'm looking for? Terrible. Honestly, just feels really bad and basic. But yeah, just the controls, the fact that everything is like you really don't have free ability to actually, you know, move and turn. If that makes sense, like we are only doing like literal directional, where your car points exactly in the direction you moved it, and there's no like leeway. There's no kind of drifting a little bit or doing anything like that. It's when you do the thing, you go directly. You know, where a lot of racing games, as you move it, the car just kind of goes in however you want it to do. This one does not. It's very stiff. It's only done in diagonals. It's almost like an elastic band as well. Like, I feel like we're playing on a rubber band car on tracks. I mean, the level design is decent, and if they actually made a decent racing game with, like, a level design, like, kind of how they have it, it wouldn't be so bad, but this game just does not play well. The music is fun. Like I said, the level design is good. Colors are nice. You know, like there's everything else in this game is actually decent. But you know, the whole point of the game is a racing game, and that just falls so flat and short. Like just, I mean, once you get the hang of it, it's not bad. But like, as you can see, it's slow. Like you're not. It doesn't even feel like you're racing. Like we're crawling. And it just feels this feels almost like it would have, like it was like a Game Boy game or something, you know? Like I could see this being a Game Boy game. I could see this being like a really low budget introduction, like just test like this, but like an actual game, it's not good enough to actually be a full-on cartridge game. Like, you crash once too often and your car exploded. We didn't even touch anything at this point. We exploded in the middle of the rig, in the thing. It's kind of funny. We'll try a different track, and we'll see if, as we go further in, Let's go track 9. I mean, again, with like the fact that you have the tire gauge, the gas gauge, the body, like all the stuff that would be wearing out in the race, including your engine kind of gives out over time and everything else. All these are really cool aspects of the game. But then you play the game, even a computer can't even drive their car properly because it doesn't bode well. It's just not good. And you know, like it was kind of cool. Like the originality of the level was not bad, but I mean, yeah, they changed up the track, but everything else is the same. Like they didn't even change the backdrop, like anything. It just, well, we're gonna make a different road, but everything is the same, and that kind of takes what was kind of decent about the game and kind of limited a little bit. We're in 5th place. How is it we passed a 1? Was there 6 cars? And it seems like catching up. Like, have you seen how fast the other cars are going compared to us? We're getting lapped, and we were like literally just going through this whole thing as fast as our little car can take us. But yeah, like all in all, the game is playable. And that's about the extent of really talking about it. I mean, we're getting lapped by the computer that goes 3 times faster than we do. We'll go to the garage after this race and see if anything, if we have the ability to customize stuff that we just didn't do yet. But if you can see the way the car moves, it's really disappointing. And it doesn't really, like, the fact that you're so slow just really does not adhere to an actual racing game. It's tough at the top. You failed to get placed. All right. So with that being said, let's go one more time just to look. We're just gonna I'm just trying to look at a couple of things in the game. All right, we're gonna go to garage and see what happens. All right, so we do have turbochargers, side armor. So there's a lot of front missiles, so we can actually do a lot in the game. We have 5,000. All right, let's go high speed kit. Power steering. All right, and then we'll leave it at that. See, top speed 140, 150, engine 0 to 60, 8.7. All right, so do we have all the stuff then equipped? I'm guessing it's just auto equips. I'm hoping. We'll go back to track 1 that we know of. Like, it's funny how far back we get. All right, we are moving better. We are controlling a little bit better. I mean, now we're winning. Ah. So then we buy all the stuff. Buy the new cars. I'm not seeing a lot of rubber banding either. Like this game, that's one thing I do like about certain games is, you know, I get rubber banding. I do get it in some stuff and to keep things, but honestly, like, sometimes I find it way more fun to be lapping the computer than to keep them right at my heels, you know? It's like if you get good enough to be able to lap the computer, I think you should be able to. Instead of allowing them to keep, like, just coming up to you and for no reason other than to keep the game interesting. I think the power steering was a good choice. So it seems like the first two things is to buy definitely is the speed and the steering. I mean, you're still on tracks. It's not as bad as originally was. It's still not good. Like, it's still disappointing to, like, where everything is a straight line. That's more what I'm kind of... It's like everything is a straight line. Your tires aren't actually... Like, you're not actually steering. It's like you're pointing in a direction and then hitting, just going in the straight line instead of kind of doing any kind of turning or any radiuses. There's no radiuses in this game. It's all just straight lines. How sharp you make the straight lines. Sometimes you get a little lost in the... Like, there's a lot going on the tracks. Like, there is, but there isn't. To where sometimes you kind of lose yourself for a second and turn the wrong direction. See, like, I love the fact that I'm catching up to one of these guys and I'm gonna lap him. I prefer that so much over rubber banding, to be honest. Like, it's just something so satisfying to be able to lap a computer than it is to just have them constantly at your heels. But that's just me. I may be different. Results to follow. Hit the wall way too many times. Race 1, position 1, max speed 150. We got 20,000. Alright, so we got 2,500 on that. We got a turbocharger, side armor, anti-spin. We didn't do any spinning. Rear missiles or front missiles. Oh wow, we got a lot of money. Do we have to buy it every single race? That's kind of disappointing. I mean, we have enough to buy everything, but it's like, do we really have to do that every single race? Is going to be a little annoying. Alright, I was trying to figure out how to use our missiles. We bought the missiles. Yeah, see come on. We completely got stuck. We did not get any gas. Well, how did we not buy gas? Or we didn't even have an option for gas. Like, all of our stuff is still carried over from the last race, except for all the items that we bought. Those don't carry over. The fact that we're out of gas carries over. The fact that we're damaged and everything carries over. But the actual steering and the speed Nah, that's not going to carry over. That's kind of stupid. And we bought missiles, but nothing works. We completely eliminated a car. I didn't even see where you could buy gas at. Like, I don't... It's really kind of annoying. I just want to look at the thing and see... Probably right there. Like, I think maybe we missed it. I'm guessing that's what it was going to be. I mean, all in all, the game is playable. The game can almost be fun. But to be honest, it's like, I don't know. Like, it really is just a geometric game where you go straight, when you turn, it's always geometric straight lines. There's no curving, there's no drifting, and none of that. Which, I mean, hit or miss, it's not really game breaking in any way, shape, or form. It's just a little annoying, makes it a little stiffer, and I don't know, you kind of start not enjoying it as much. The fact that you have to buy all these every game, those are gone. But all this stuff stays where it was. Like, it should just refill. That is definitely nothing to be, like, said negative about the game. I didn't pay attention to it. Kind of something good to know. Oh, no, you have 9 races. I don't know if there's anything after those, if we go to the next thing or not. Or if it's just the same ones. But the fact that nothing really changes except for just which direction all the pieces. It's almost like they had one track kit and then they just keep turning it into different pieces. They didn't change anything else at all in the entire game. Everything stays exactly the same, and that's just kind of really disappointing. Like, at least change up the scenery, the backdrop, like colors, everything. Why do we have to keep doing the exact same thing? Like, there's no real reason for it. It's it's petty. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just a silly, stupid pettiness. The fact that, put a little effort into your game. Like, you're already doing the bare minimum as far as the entire game goes to just not bother with actually the stuff that you're going to be constantly looking at through the entire game should change up a little bit, Like, it just really kind of feels to me like they didn't put any effort into the game whatsoever. The fact that, it is geometric and it just straight lines and just all boring stuff, everything is like just stays the same, really says to me that they threw it together, threw it out, and it's like, we're just gonna make some money here. It is playable. Like, it's not as bad as some of the other games we've played. It's not as bad as some of the racing games we played, but it feels pretty slow. It's just kind of sluggish. It's slow, it's stiff, and then it is repetitive and boring, and with the fact that everything just is constantly the same, just really doesn't do it for me. So it is lackluster. It is playable. It could kind of be fun. If you like racing, you might actually enjoy this. But with the amount of games out there on the system that had some decent racing, like there's better stuff like RC Pro, some of the other stuff where you get to do different courses where you're jumping and you're doing a lot of stuff. This is really basic when it comes to everything. We bought missiles. Nothing happened with the missiles. We couldn't fire them. We had no way of doing anything. I tried everything we could. I was hitting select. I was hitting the other button because there's gas and brake. So I don't know where the missiles are, but nothing was happening. So they have items on here that don't do shit. Which, again, really obnoxious. I don't know why we have missiles in a basic racing game to begin with, but the fact that they have them, but they don't do anything, really kind of says a lot about the game. So with that being said, guys, thanks so much for joining me. Till next time, you have a good day.